Anxiety disorders affect millions of children and often go unseen. Our last story this week takes you inside a unique camp where experts are using an evidence-based approach to help kids face their fears.
All right, but now we're going to pivot to our first fun activity of the day.
It looks like any other summer camp.
All right, welcome back, everybody.
Kids laughing, playing games, making a mess.
We are making vomit.
But the reality here is different. Anxiety is now one of the most common challenges facing kids today. Nearly 1 in 3 will struggle with it at some point.
It's not something that we need to make go away.
And for many, it can take over.
They find it weird that I care so much about school because of the anxiety that builds up about school and danger and family and how to cope with it.
This is hard, I might not like this.
It can show up in different ways. Fear of embarrassment, fear of getting sick, fear of contamination of food, fear of doing something wrong.
It's kind of like you have this super sensitive alarm system or threat detection system where all of a sudden lots of things can make you feel worried or scared, and you can be kind of on edge or alert.
Because I don't know what my anxiety looks like.
And often, it's invisible.
It's like if you see someone with a broken leg, you would probably run to the person with the broken leg because you can see what they're going through. But when you have anxiety and all this stuff going on, you can't see what they're going through.
At Emory University,
So we're going to go through a couple of different strategies.
2 child clinical psychologists, Rebecca Schneider and Allison Lopolato,
He looks tense. What do you look?
are trying something new,
We are not going to be teaching you how to get rid of your anxiety.
creating Camp Cope with Courage.
We are trying to bring evidence-based therapy techniques that we know that work, that have been tested rigorously by science, but then we're also trying to translate them in a way that kids can respond to and is actually, more effective for how they learn.
It's cool because it's this intensive dose of therapy, where you're getting hours of support in this 1-week format.
10 kids, 1 week, dozens of real-life challenges. It starts with learning what anxiety actually feels like.
So tracing the body is really an activity to try and help kids first understand where their anxiety shows up, what it looks like, what it feels like.
Kids trace their bodies, then map their anxiety.
There are clouds in my head, my throat locks up, my shoulders go up, my stomach feels nauseous, and my knees lock up. The lines here and there are for I just need something to fidget with. Germs and the bugs, if you hit them, then you'll have to start over.
Butterflies in the stomach, a racing heart, a mind that won't stop spinning, a sinking ship.
What else do you think you miss out on?
By tracing, they can see it. And once they can see it, they can start to face it. At the core of this camp is exposure therapy, an evidence-based treatment.
Exposure therapy is taking a very intentional approach to having people face their feared experience, situation, stimuli, and to help really retrain their brain that this is not something that they need to be afraid about, to kind of create that new learning pathway that says, okay, this is safe, or I can handle this.
What else do you have?
Here, fear is not avoided. Kids afraid of food, sit down and eat together. Kids afraid of embarrassment perform in an anti-talent show.
This may or may not be real vomit.
Kids afraid of germs play games covered in fake vomit.
I can catch.
And then one of the most powerful lessons.
So we are about to play Tug-of-war with your anxiety monsters. We get really caught up in kind of fighting with our anxiety monsters, and we're battling back and forth with it, trying not to let it pull us under, trying to get rid of it.
Fighting harder, trying to win.
And a lot of times it's a brand new idea to think about this idea of, I don't have to fight the anxiety, I don't have to make it go away, I don't have to get rid of it. I can actually coexist with it and choose how to live my life and spend my time.
Sometimes the way forward is to stop fighting, to drop the rope and realize.
You can battle your anxiety, but it's really just
wasting your time, and you can spend your time doing other things that you love if you ignore your anxiety.
Anxiety battles you, and anxiety is like saying, no, don't do this, Tug. And you're like, no, I can do this. But when you let go and just do what you want to do, anxiety is like, well, what just happened?
Everyone get with your counselor that you're coaching.
But the most unexpected moment at this camp wasn't the kids facing their fears.
The ultimate goal is for them to hold a cockroach in their hand.
It was the kids helping the adults face theirs.
With cockroaches, it's easier, like, if you're really gentle, like, if you don't move your hand fast.
A very significant fear.
Some of the therapists terrified of the cockroach handling activity, and James guiding them through it.
They're very kind.
So once I like showed her like the steps of like feel the cockroach and then try to hold the cockroach, she became a lot more comfortable.
The way they were coaching her through it with like such care and gentleness, if they can develop that and use that on themselves, they can get through anything.
The hours of fun, rigorous, evidence-based therapy pays off.
It feels great. I mean, I can do things that others can't do because, you know, I'm not scared of it anymore. And I have like a lot more opportunities. You know, I can share food, enjoy stuff, whereas before I'd be scared to.
I used to have a fear of not having a good impression, like a good first impression. I don't really have that fear anymore.
Usually I would just like get so mad that I would just like yell and it'd become pile up and it'd be worse.
Stop, freeze time, let the moment rewind.
Those small moments mean everything.
It feels like that, like you just got the birthday gift you've wanted for like a year.
Because untreated anxiety doesn't just stay in childhood.
If we can kind of get in there and build this mindset of approach, I have to approach these things, I'm gonna live a full life even with anxiety here, we're changing really the entire trajectory, not just how uncomfortable you feel and what you're doing here in the 4th grade. It's really changing what you're gonna be able to do at 24.
What if people don't like me?
Changing trajectories, opening possibilities.
Felt really proud and excited, really want to cheer it on and help them realize like, wow, you just did this really amazing thing.
Why did the chicken cross the road? To bark to the other side.
At the start of the week, many of these kids could barely say what they were afraid of. And now they're in the anti-talent show to do something they're not good at in front of everyone.
Love is an open door.
By the end, they're not just facing their fears, they're helping each other through them. And that's going to do it for us this week. See you next time on Your Fantastic Mind.
Your Fantastic Mind, brought to you in part by Sarah and Jim Kennedy.